Jackson, good morning to you. Can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct.
All right.
For
Today is.
Jackson. He got to
Do you
ask
have?
his camera judge.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the. No, sir.
Officer Jackson. Okay.
Wow. So, y'all, before we get on to the main story, right, we'll watch a news story as well. But this just goes to show age doesn't necessarily always translate into wisdom. Because let's be clear, right? This officer right here, Officer Jackson, he's probably been around for a while on the force. And he's been around at least long enough for to have seen when they had to go to court with Zoom and without Zoom, right? So he remembers what it's like to have to actually drag his butt into the courtroom and have to go testify or whatever. Because that wasn't that long ago. Really, COVID is probably when it started, mostly as far as being able to go to court on Zoom and all this stuff. So it's a luxury. I say that to say it's a luxury. And he decided to take it a step further and say, well, I'm also going to be in court in my drawers and be comfortable. So that just wasn't wise. And now he's going viral for all the wrong reasons. And I would even argue that this could somewhat affect his upward mobility and trajectory. Because let's say if he had dreams of being a chief or something. Well, how can they make you the chief and you was the officer who hopped on Zoom with no pants on? Nobody's going to respect your county. Nobody's going to respect your city if you're the one in charge of it. So I'm curious if there's going to be some more context to come out because the news teams will usually do further research into things. So we'll just watch the news story because this is relatively new.
Officers, they're just like the rest of us. They put their pants on one leg at a time.
Or at least they're supposed to. One officer is now in trouble for taking part in a hearing via Zoom, pantless. We get down to the bare details tonight with Fox News' Jessica Dupnack. She's live in Southfield. And Jess, I mean, this has been getting national headlines because the audacity for someone to do this.
The audacity.
Yeah, when TMZ picks it up, then you're pretty much cooked. I hope this officer has some thick skin because the jokes out there are absolutely relentless.
Oh my gosh. When the newscast people are breaking character and using, you know, slang terminology, the news person said you're cooked. So that's how you know you're cooked. Next, they're going to say it's diabolical.
Now, this all happened in Judge Sean Perkins' courtroom. He's a judge at 36th District Court here in Detroit. I've been following him for a while. This is not the first time he has gone viral. I don't know what it is, but he has a knack for some of the craziest things that I've ever seen. Take a look.
Put your appearance on the record, please.
Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the. No, sir.
It's his demeanor for me, those looks.
Oh, listen, when he was shocked yesterday. I mean, when he, a lot of judges aren't really prepared to ask a man, "Are you wearing pants?"
Yep, that happened in Judge Sean Perkins' courtroom this week. Stunned, but not skipping a beat.
Okay, Miss Lee.
It was definitely a Perkins look.
Head judge over at 36th District told us Perkins has that patented look often. Remember Peanut Butter and Jelly Mom?
Put whatever you're trying to prepare down.
I'm gonna be my daughter.
Who was also in a robe.
You gotta put your properly dressed on.
I am properly dressed. I have on a t-shirt. I am properly dressed.
Is that a robe?
The judge getting spicy this summer with another woman.
It's some bullshit.
No, they're not lying. This judge is always getting some real characters in his courtroom. And I actually did a review of another guy who was in his courtroom. This was another guy. They're showing all these ladies, but this was a guy who kept calling the judge buddy. And he told him to get off his case. So this judge goes through some characters. I don't know if it's a Detroit thing or what, but apparently they got some characters out there because that's nothing new for this judge. He is always dealing with you know, some interesting people to say the least.
It's just crazy.
All right. All right, all right. Okay, now you're coming down to the courthouse, all right? We're gonna show you some bullshit.
Something about his courtroom where he gets some real wild situations. What is it about that courtroom?
Yeah, that's when I contacted them this morning, and I have a different joke every time I reach out to them when there's something that I see on the news.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the. No, sir.
The Detroit police officer quickly changed the angle and the case went on. Judge Perkins says this officer is actually one of the best. Sounds like he was having an off day,
Ain't no way.
pants off day.
When you turn
no
your
way.
camera on, you have to be in the proper attire. You have to be in a position ready to conduct your business.
That judge could have his own reality show. Now we got to get serious for just a minute. Detroit police, they did release a statement. Let's take a look at that.
Before we get into what his actual precinct had to say about it, the situation, they said this officer is one of the best. If he's one of the best, it's not looking too good because I just can't see it. And sure, this is an isolated situation, but I feel like as an officer, you have to have quick thinking. You have to be able to think strategically to a certain degree. And I just don't understand what could have been even going through his mind. And then he had his camera positioned to get his full body. He didn't even look at himself before he got on camera and got on screen. He just hopped right in court. So I'm not going to take that away from him. If they say he's one of the best, clearly he has a track record, I guess. But it would suck to be one of the best and have done all this work to build up your reputation, only to allow this to be your crowning achievement and the thing that you're ultimately going to be known for the rest of your life.
Specifically, Chief Todd Bettison saying the involved officers' actions are not representative of the professionalism of this department and will be appropriately addressed to maintain the public confidence and efficient operation of this department. So it's unclear if there will be any discipline levied at all. Now, Judge McConico, he's the head judge over its 36th District Court. He said you can't be driving in Zoom court. They've had that before, too, and you have to wear clothes. Reporting downtown Detroit, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, I mean, Jess, it's been a minute since COVID has come and gone. And that's when the Zoom stuff really started kind of taking off. Isn't it time that people get back into the courtroom? If judges and juries are required to be present in the courtroom and sworn in, shouldn't defendants?
Yeah, this is a conversation I've had with law enforcement, with the prosecutor's office. I don't really understand, and there's not really a good answer that's ever been given as to why, but I don't see this whole Zoom era going away anytime soon. And remember, Roop, this is all streamed on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's the problem, see? And that's what I didn't want to address. I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't even want to put it out into the ether, right? I didn't even want to make this an area of discussion, but that dude at the news station went ahead and said it. He addressed the elephant in the room. I told you, this has been going on since COVID, and they've continued to carry it on. And I would say that the Zoom is something that helps both the defendant and the person bringing charges against the other person, right? So it helps everybody. So that's why I didn't even want to mention it. I didn't even want to make it a talking point, but it's always one person that's going to mess it up for everybody else, right? It's always one person who does something, and then that triggers people to start looking into solutions. And one of the solutions is just really going to be to inconvenience everybody else and make it to where if you have a traffic ticket, now you got to go back in court again, and you can't just do it on Zoom and go back to work or whatever, right? So that's the issue. When I don't care how good that guy is or whatever, when you make dumb mistakes like that, you end up affecting the mass. You end up affecting the entire ecosystem. And then you bring the potential and the possibility for us all to have to be inconvenienced because of something that really should go without saying. And that's why I say I really can't believe that this guy is one of the best on the force. Because that's one of those things that just kind of go without saying. Like, you're already home. It looks like you just got back from a shift. So why wouldn't you just keep your pants on, do your court thing? Well, maybe he didn't. Maybe he puts his vest on. But regardless, man, come on. It should go without saying, bro. You don't even take that type of risk. But we'll leave it there. Like the video, subscribe if you want to join the Legion. Cash App link below if you want to tip the channel. Buy your boy iced coffee, and also feel free to join the Patreon where I post exclusive content that's not on YouTube. Till then, I'll catch you in the next video.